Alright, now the next thing that we should be looking at is what we call the remainder theorem and the factor theorem, which is something that you did already, right? I sent it in the class. And while we are doing the remainder and factor theorem, you're also going to be seeing stuff like long division, synthetic division, okay? Which is also what we did in the class. But before we get to that, this is what I want you to do. 3 divided by 7 divided by 3. Do that. Now I can tell you a rule in math. If you can add, subtract, multiply, divide every number, doesn't matter whether it's a whole number, a negative number, a fractional number. Once you can do that, you can do math. But if you can't do it, you're going to have a problem. Okay? You're definitely going to have a problem if you can't do something as simple as this in math. But if you can do that, you're good for life. Okay? Alright, good. So do that for me, please. And when you're done, I want you to state what is your divisor. State what is your dividend. I want you to state what is your remainder, if you have any. And I also want you to state what is your quotient. Very important words in terms of what we're doing here, right? So your divisor, your dividend, your remainder, and your quotient, okay? You must know what these are. If you don't know what these are, then you're going to have a problem with everything that we're going to do after now, okay? Alright, so if you did that well, then you should get something like this. How many 3's can you get out of 7? 2. Alright, so 2 comes up here, right? Alright? So 7 divided by 3 equals 2. 2 times 3 equals 6, right? Then you subtract, and 6 from 7 equals 1, right? Okay? So which one of them is your divisor? Which one of them is your divisor? Number 3. So 3 is your divisor. So your divisor is whatever you're using to divide. Okay? So whatever you're using to divide whatever you have, that's your divisor. What's the dividend? 7. So 7 is your dividend. I'm going to write the remainder on this side. What's your remainder? Everybody's supposed to know that one. No. Oh. 1. Let's put a yellow inside here. What's your quotient? 2. Alright, so 3 is your divisor, 7 is your dividend, 1 is your remainder, and 2 is your quotient. Okay? Alright, so I think when you're done, you should get something looking like this. I'm going to give you a little thing. So this would be your dividend. Right? The answer would be your quotient. Down here would be your remainder. And over here would be your divisor. Right? Your quotient will be to the top, your dividend will be in the middle there, your divisor, and your remainder. Okay? Alright? It's good for you to find out what those words mean too. Alright? So it's good to know what those words actually mean. Alright, so let's get, you make a note of that. It's good to make a note of it. Alright, nice. Alright, so let's move into this factor theorem and remainder theorem. Now, you should know what a polynomial is. A polynomial basically it's like an expression that has algebraic expression with like powers in the expression, right? Okay, you might have the highest power being 7 or 5 or so on. You understand? If the highest power is 2, it's a quadratic. Right? If the highest power is 3, it's a cubic. All of those things I gave you from the first week of class. Now it says if a polynomial f of x is divided by x minus a, the remainder is a constant fa. Right? And f of x is equal to qx times x minus a plus fa. Alright? So it's about finding out what the remainder is. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you something. Let's say, for example, we had f of x is equal to, I have it over there or on the board, equal to 3x squared plus 2x minus 5. And the question is, find the remainder when f of x is divided by, let's use x minus 2. Right? You need to make a note of that. If f of x is equal to 3x squared plus 2x minus 5, so if f of x is equal to 3x squared plus 2x minus 5, find the remainder when f of x is divided by x minus 2. So the remainder theorem is about finding what the remainder is. Okay? Alright? And it is saying that if something is divided into the dividend, then you can substitute that term inside of, you can substitute, in this case it will be f of 2 in the for x in order to find out what the remainder is. Okay? So, in case you missed it, what we're looking at is the remainder theorem, alright? Okay, now ready? So we have three ways that we can do this. We can use a substitution method, we can use the long division method, and we can use the synthetic method. Okay? Alright, so there are three methods. We're going to use the substitution method. Alright? Okay, ready? So, based on what we have over there, we had f of x is equal to 3x squared minus 2x minus 5, and we are dividing by. Now, in order to know what we are going to substitute, we have to find out, we write this like this, x minus 2 equals 0, and we are going to solve for x, so x will be equal to 2. If x was plus here, if it was plus 2, then we would have had x plus 2 equals 0, so x equals minus 2. Okay? You catch me? So in this case, we know that x equals 2. So now we are going to find out what is f of 2. F of 2 means that wherever x is in this polynomial function, we are going to substitute 2. So we're going to have 3 multiplied by 2 squared minus 2 multiplied by 2, or if you want to use let's just be consistent here, multiplied by 2, then minus 5. So you notice what we've done? What we've done, first of all, we equated x minus 2 to 0, then we solved that equation, and we got x equals 2. Right? And that is simply done because, look, we would add 2 here and add 2 here. Okay? That's how that comes up. And 2 minus 2 equals 0, so you're left with only with x, and 0 plus 2 equals 2. So we substitute, and now we have equal to 3 multiplied by 2 to 4 minus 2 times 2, which is 4, minus 5. There's 3 times 4 minus 4, minus 5. Two squared means 2 multiplied by 2. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. Okay? And 2 times 2 here gives 4, and minus 5. So that is going to give us equal to, so it's 3 times 4 minus 4. What was that? Plus 5 or minus 5?
Minus 5.
Minus 5. That's going to give us equal to 12 minus 4, sorry, minus 5, which is going to give 3. Right? 4 from 12 equals 8, 5 from 8 equals 2. Right? Or you could just simply look at it this way. 12 minus 9. Okay? So the remainder is equal to 3. So if you went back here, the question was if f of x equals 3x squared plus 2x minus 5, find the remainder when f of x is divided by x minus 2. And what we did, we substituted the value for x equals 2, which is when we change x minus 2 to x equals 2 by solving. And we substitute that value inside the function that is given, and then we get the answer of 3. So I'm going to give you one to do. Alright, ready? Question is, find the remainder when f of x equals, let's do 5x squared minus 2x plus 4 is divided by, let's do x minus 3. Try that one. Problem? You good?
No, I'm just getting the statement.
Alright, so find the remainder when f of x equals 5x squared minus 2x plus 4 is divided by x minus 3. Alright, so this is how we do this. We're going to substitute inside there. I need to add something here. So we're going to have, tell me what is the question again? What was f of x? F of x is equal to
R squared.
5x?
R.
It's 4?
R.
It's 5.
Is it? I don't even know.
5, right?
Yeah, it's 5x.
I thought I wrote 5. 5x squared, yeah?
Yeah.
Minus 2x? Yes? Plus?
4.
4?
Yeah.
What was I dividing by? X minus 3?
Yeah.
And we say that x minus 3 gives
Equals
0, and we say that x equals positive 3. Right? So now we're going to substitute f of 3. Okay? So it's f of 3 is equal to 5 multiplied by 3 squared, right? Minus 2 times 3 plus 4. And that is going to give us 5 multiplied by 3 is 9 minus 2 times 3, which is 6 plus 4. Right? And 5 nines give us 45. Right? And if I go back, minus 6 plus 4, minus 6 plus 4. And that's almost like we're going to say 49 minus 6, which is going to give us 40. That's what you got? So it's 4 to the third power is equal to 5 multiplied by 3 squared minus 2 times 3 plus 4, which is equal to 5 times 9 minus 6 plus 4, which gives equal to 45 minus 6 plus 4, which is 49 minus 6 equals 43. And let me give you another one. F of x equal to, let's do a 6x raised to the power 2 minus 9x plus 3 find the remainder. So find the remainder. Going to find the remainder when divided by, let's call that x. Now I'm going to put plus. So f of x is equal to 6x squared minus 9x plus 3. Find the remainder when divided by x plus 2. Alright, so try that one. F of x equals 6x squared minus 9x plus 3. You're going to find the remainder when it's divided by x plus 2. Alright, so you have f of x equal to 6x squared minus 9x plus 3. Plus 3. You're going to find the remainder when divided by x plus 2. Alright? First step here is to equate this to 0. So you're going to have x plus 2 equals 0. Which means that you're going to subtract 2 here. And you're going to subtract 2 here. So x is going to be equal to negative 2. So what you're going to substitute here is x equals negative 2. Alright, so first thing you're going to do, you're going to have x plus 2 equals 0. Because it is plus 2, you're going to subtract 2. So you subtract 2 on both sides, you're going to get x equals negative 2. Now, that negative 2 is what you're going to substitute here for the x. Okay? Alright, so that's what you're going to substitute for the x there. So this is how we do it. So we would have f of negative 2 is equal to 6 times negative 2 squared minus 9 times 2 plus 3.
Wait, it's negative 2.
Yeah, thank you. 9 times negative 2 and then plus 3. That is going to give you 6 multiplied by 4 minus, that's going to be, this is going to become a positive, right? It becomes positive 18, right, plus 3, which is 24 plus 18 plus 3, and that's going to give you, that's 45, is it? 24 plus 18, that's 42, plus 3 equals 45. Alright? I'm going to give you another one, right, to try. So, if you go back a little bit, remember the steps. First thing you want to do is to equate whatever you're dividing by, which in this case is this. This is what you're dividing by. You want to equate that to 0, sorry, and then you solve for x. And then when you get x, you're going to substitute x inside of the equation, which is what you did right here. Right? And each x becomes negative 2. Right? Okay, good. Let's do another one before we go. Alright, so let's say find the remainder when f of x is equal to, let's call this what time? Oh, 4x squared minus 3x minus 1 is divided by let's do x minus 3. Go ahead. So, find the remainder when f of x is equal to 4x squared minus 3x minus 1 is divided by x minus 3.